One thing we know Trinis love as much as soca and football is food. So while the Soca Warriors did us proud in Germany, we had another national team battling with some of the finest chefs from the Caribbean region. Earlier this year, Gayelle began following the national culinary team of chefs chosen to represent us at the Taste of the Caribbean competition in Miami. This team was selected after a highly competitive national qualification process, which saw some of the leading chefs and bartenders within Trinidad and Tobago vying for top honors. So let's meet these highly talented, passionate and fun-loving individuals. Guess what career Bernard would have taken up if he hadn't become a chef?
Am I allowed to say that? I don't know your name.
We figure comedian.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Amo.
Amo.
Amo mosquitoes. Knock knock.
Who's there, Bernard?
Yetta.
Yetta who?
Yet another mosquito.
Be the camera. Be the camera.
This man who claims to be camera shy is one of the most extrovert,
Careful now.
sharp-witted characters you could ever run into.
What was the question? I consider myself as a treeweed. A treeweed. But New Zealanders' nickname is kiwi. And that's named after the bird. I might have to add to that. Not the fruit. Definitely not the fruit. It's the bird. It's indigenous to New Zealand. I've been in Trinidad for 11 years now. I'm a treeweed. You see, I always wanted to be a chef, so I never gave it much thought on what else I would do. My dad, he was a good cook, very good cook. He used to cook a lot. He had like sweet hand, as you're saying, Trinidad. Sweet hand, yeah. So I guess I probably picked that up from him. Started when I was about 5, burned the kitchen down, maybe like bake, do all sorts of things at home. At 5? At 5. That's when I first started baking cakes mainly, stuff like that. Just read the recipes and decided to do it. And forget about the mess to clean up afterwards. That wasn't part of being a chef, huh? At 5. It's not the first time we've been. This is the 3rd time this particular team has been together. So we know each other. We know our strengths and weaknesses. We just gel.
With her slim frame and youthful appearance, Trisha Corbin Oliveri immediately dispels the stereotype of a chef.
Okay, right.
From as early as 7 years, Trisha was in the kitchen helping her grandmother and then preparing full meals for her family. By the time she entered Ashton Girls Secondary School, she knew exactly what her calling was.
When I was in school, my mother used to always say, don't let Trisha get a pen in her hand. Because I used to come with my hands covered in drawings and writings, and I used to draw on other people's arms, and my clothes used to have writing all over it. And I think that I have a creative streak that I need to show. And cooking for me was probably the most interesting at that time.
This year, she was given the unofficial sobriquet of Tahiti.
This year, I am dubbed the Tanti because I'm making flatbread. We calling it flatbread. We started off doing roti and that didn't do too good. I will pay you to stop calling me Tanti.
How much?
I'm just digging a hole for myself. Trying to keep it Caribbean by adding in coconut and chive and pepper, garlic. I don't know how it became my job, but from day one it was assumed that I would make it. So yeah, I think that's where the Tanti name is coming from. This year is my 4th year. My role hasn't changed since I started. I do all the little fine detail stuff, and basically, well, there are 2 chefs that do that.
The other detailing and precision member on the team is Raymond Joseph.
My role within the team this year is dealing with the marinating of meat, the saucing of the vegetables, the pickling of the salads, and generally to wherever I see falling short to fill in that spot.
Raymond enjoys blending flavors that inspire and challenge your palate.
Like you have a meal that consists of, say, 3 tastings. Well, 3 tastings mean like 3 individual sort of dishes condensed, but yet they blend together. Okay, like for example, the dal with the flatbread. That basically is one sort of composition where you could use it. That is one meal. You would prepare the soup and bread. Then we have the pickled vegetables with the shrimp. And we have the pineapple salsa that just tying everything together. So that are like like 2 tastings. But yeah, they tie in together and create one meal.
And what, in Raymond's opinion, are the strengths of the team?
We work well together, we respect one another, and we respect the captain.
My role is a very, I want to say touchy. It's sort of sensitive in the sense of you have to wear many hats simultaneously.
You better believe I'm going to separate you two. I want you concentrating. Very, very nice.
Having gone through the process over the last couple of times, you start to get a sense of really where we need to go. But you also need to be able to get that point across in a way that you still build team, you know? And sometimes the dynamics of that is challenging. Ultimately, what I try to do is get everybody's opinion involved. We have meetings before the practice session. So we thrash out concepts, we look at plate presentation, we look at magazines or cookbooks, any different colors. Sometimes a plant inspires me, a flower, from looking at the various colors. So you bring this to the table, and visual, because what I found as well over the years, yes, there's certain basic culinary things regardless in anything, but sometimes when you need a concept to be a window for somebody to see, you need to bring a picture. Because I could talk and talk and talk, but just bringing a picture, it's like
Since we first entered the competition in 1997, our national teams have performed exceptionally well. In 2004, Trinidad and Tobago captured the gold medal for Best Culinary Team. And last year, we took top honors in the bartending competition.
we have been able to get in there, first of all, come out with a genuine joy for being a part of the thing, because I think that's important. I see it as running a ship or running an army, and basically ensuring that all areas are covered.
That was funny, Drill Sergeant.
Drill Sergeant Major to you, buddy.
Drill Sergeant Major Brown.
It is about the team. It's about each person doing it and being able to orchestrate it and make sure that it gets done and gets done well. The details get done, the flavor is there, the look is there, you know, all the little the timing is down pat, and that constantly that we are on top of our game.
Though new to the event, Sabrina Rosales has won recognition at various national competitions.
I have very high expectations, of course, but I hope it will be one that will give me a lot of experience on what to expect for the next time, because, you know, with things that are happening now, I know there'll definitely be a next time. Just to get the experience, what are the people that has the same love for food that I have? Get to mingle and meet more people who is on that level with food, and more or less just take in the ambience of, and or let's enjoy the rewards of hard work and loving it. Loving the food, loving the art of it.
For Sabrina, being on the team presents her with the opportunity to gain international experience, and she is part of the ongoing thrust by the Trinidad Hotels and Restaurant Association to groom young and upcoming chefs to take part in similar international events. Chocolate, ice cream, mousse. For the food connoisseur, dessert is the ultimate experience to top off an exquisite main course meal. And the chef, OTTLEY Alexis, knows exactly what to do.
Whatever you put into a cake pan, once it goes into that oven, that is what you're going to get. You have no time, or you have no other chance to say, let me take out this, or oops, and put in something else. Or while you can do that in hot cuisine, Once something is in the oven, once something is in the mold, whatever you put, that's it.
Exposure to international competitions like Taste the Caribbean has allowed OTTLEY to realize that our cuisine is on par with international standards.
We would take a little bit of the Chinese, we would take a little bit of the East Indians, we would take a little bit of the Western Indians that we met here, the Africans, the Syrians, and we would put all of that in one pot. While in many other countries, you find that they would stick to tradition.
In his opinion, simplicity is key for the team.
Try not to keep it too complicated as a matter of working with too many things. Bearing in mind that you only have a certain amount of time to prepare, or you have to as well to choose, make choices that would fit into the 3.5 or 4 hours that are allowed, because some preparation can take longer than that.
And when asked what indispensable piece of equipment he would need at the competition,
peace of mind.
Well, if that doesn't work, you can always check with bartender Raymond Edwards.
I want to come out of Togo, I want to change. If you really watch the nature of Togo, it doesn't actually have a lot of industries, and a lot of people who live in Togo tend to come out into the city to find jobs and stuff. So I decided to give it a try. I came to Cascadia. I used to work breakfast. So every morning I used to come to work in the morning, come to breakfast, serve breakfast, clear, seat my guests, serve them, clear after. And that was my routine daily. That was my daily routine. But then we had a shortage in the bar. We needed bartenders. I didn't have any training towards bar, only the basic training that I got from White-Up, which is the basic concept of what is a bar and what you do in a bar. Actually, you make, and we did just about 2 cocktails. After being put into the bar, I realized the responsibility of the bar. Knowing that we didn't have a bar supervisor then, the responsibilities of the bar was very demanding.
For Taste the Caribbean Bartenders competition in Miami, Raymond has to prepare 3 cocktail drinks, 1 vodka-based, 1 rum-based, and 1 non-alcoholic. He's extremely pleased to be part of this year's culinary team, as he is getting to work alongside some of the best chefs in Trinidad and Tobago and compete against some of the best in the region.
It's not a very easy industry, it's a lot of hard work, right? But you have to learn to focus and apply yourself, right? Because today I'm a living testimony of that. I came into this industry with 0 knowledge, and 4 months ago, I captured the title of Bartender of the Year, and I'm now representing Trinidad and Tobago. I'm part of the culinary team that's representing Trinidad and Tobago this year in June. So it's how you apply yourself. It's a lot of hard work. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
So now you've met the team. Join us for the 2nd episode as Gayelle goes behind the scenes to bring you highlights from the team's practice sessions as they prepare for Taste the Caribbean.
Sponsored in part by the Tourism Development Company Limited, BWI West Indies Airways, and the Trinidad Hotels and Restaurants Tourism Association.